Good morning. Thanks for joining me. It is July 18th, and today is my birthday. I'm just going to give a quick update because I took a lot of personal time this morning to get my body stretched out and sing some music. And, I used some binoculars. My partner got me some really sick binoculars, so I was staring at some birds. So I totally got sidetracked, and I have to get to work. I am seeing 4 people today. Nice, light, easy day. Which is good because the other day I sliced the heck out of my fingers here. You probably can't see that well, but oh, they are so sliced. And I used my hands. So that's a bummer, but I got through yesterday, so today's going to be a little better than yesterday, and so on from there. So Monday was my 30th mistletoe, 30th since the second week of January, and Tuesday was my last round of my last cycle of my 5th round. So my 5th month, I am now done. So that's really cool. I have 1 more month to go. So I am sipping on a little green tea. It's hard to see in here, but it is super green. It's a really fancy one I got, and it came all sealed, and it's one of the highest quality. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try, but it's very, very good. So I'm sipping on that because the EGCG is one of the only antioxidants that is sort of considered safe with chemo, and in fact it's synergistic. So I guess today I'll say that I've been learning a lot more about antioxidants, and apparently taking low dose vitamin C, vitamin E, which I have not been taking E, but vitamin C, possibly even CoQ10, which has a lot of flip-floppy information. They're saying that, especially glutathione, don't take glutathione if you have cancer. That's a big antioxidant in the body that naturally is produced, but you're not supposed to take more because essentially the cancer cell can turn it against you and use it to fuel itself, which is horrific and fascinating, but no good. So I was doing some, low-dose vitamin C through this, thinking that it was something my body might need, but in fact it might have been used against me. But I wasn't super consistent with it because I have so many other supplements. So that's fine. I was taking CoQ10. I'm going to have to talk to a couple of my top doctors to see what they say because the oncologists are great, but they don't really know anything about this stuff, and they would just rather you take nothing, which I think is probably the worst advice. So CoQ10 is really helpful to protect my heart, and it said you really have to take stuff like that when you're taking Herceptin, but it's also not so great because, again, it's a cofactor, a coenzyme, and it is an antioxidant, and it can be used in the mitochondria against you, apparently. So I don't know. So I'm just pumping the brakes on that one and focusing on berberine, ALA, and not doing ALA with curcumin. I've recently learned that's not a great combo. I believe it's because they're both anti-inflammatory and they're working in similar markers, so maybe it just does maybe a little like positive feedback. It pushes it too far. I don't know. I can't find anything that really breaks down the mechanism, but I'll find it eventually. So just doing a lot of research still, feeling at least motivated to do some reading. I've got a great book I'm reading, How to Starve Cancer. I'm actually doing it in the audiobook, so even better. I missed a total big chapter on it. I fell asleep, on the Benadryl, and so I think I missed a chapter and a half. So I'm going to go back and listen to those because I think in my dreams were really important. So now I'm just trying to work on my game plan for this last month of chemo and what I'm going to cycle in to boost my system. And then I'm also trying to figure out what I'm going to do in that month off of chemo, still on Herceptin and Perjeta, but prior to surgery. So I was scheduled for an MRI at the end of August. So I'm only doing one of those because the gadolinium, I'll give it a shot once, but I did meet somebody at the clinic just this past Monday that did 3 breast MRIs with contrast, and that contrast is gadolinium, and that is a neurotoxin, amongst other things, and after 3 MRIs for her, she got gadolinium poisoning. So it does happen, and I just don't want to do it. So I'm going to do 1 just because I think it is important to look at that margin at the skin and the tumor and see how that's looking. I did meet with my oncologist, and she was super pumped about the changes. She believes most of what's left is fibrotic, dead, necrotic tissue, which is great because the PET scan, a couple months ago came up pretty not active in that area, and everything else had basically normalize, including my lymph nodes. So good changes so far, good progress. I'm really hoping it'll be shrunk enough to be able to do surgery. It's looking good, so I'm aiming for that second week of September. But I'll have a lot more updates before then. So I'm going to get out of here so I can get to work and sip on this green tea. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will give you an update next week, most likely. But if I get motivated this weekend, I will. I'm planning to do a massage today and a float, sensory deprivation float, which is just kind of lovely. It's like a dark room and you're just floating and nothing's in there. It's quiet. It's scary for some. It's wonderful for me. And then I might go to Jeju Spa in Atlanta on Sunday night and just stay the night there, and then do treatment on Monday and drive back. So I think I might do it because it's sort of the only weekend I think I can pull it off. So I think I'm up for a fun, relaxing spa week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend as well. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.